Get on that bus. So we took a look and I see that you're working on your philosophy, right?
Yeah, my teaching philosophy.
What is this for a class?
It is for a class. It's just like for the clinical.
Yeah. Which class is that?
The early ed class.
ECED?
Those classes.
Yeah. When's it due?
This one, I'm still working on it and stuff because I'm not done with my block 2.
Your what?
The classes for my block 2 and my thing.
Yeah.
It's part of the so-called submitting it to.
Okay. When does it have to be done?
I won't really be applying for my clinical until 25.
Okay. So whatever we can look at, it's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Because the other ones, like, it's my transcript and my resume and stuff like that is part of it.
So what are you doing next semester?
I'll still be taking my block 2 classes. I'm not done with all 4 from block 2.
Okay.
I'll be planning to take the whip, the 7 something to 9 something at night time that class.
Okay.
Only one.
Okay.
And it'll be that writing class, the writing intensive class.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'll be like a bunch of writing.
Okay. So say. So then I see there's a bunch of questions we have to answer, and then there's the answer.
So-called the questions is so-called part of the essay, but before I had written something similar to this, but it didn't mention about the questions because it was similar idea but different.
So should we look at the answers to the questions, or do you just want to look at the essay?
We can look at the questions first. Because the question is more for the paper. And then the other essay part, it kind of like combine them somehow.
Okay. So what is all about? Want to reach me? Go ahead.
Yeah, the purposes of schooling in general are to get an education and for students to be able to learn ideas from school. Students are able or attending school to learn knowledge and skills from their teachers and classmates. Everyone in the classmate is always learning from each other, no matter what age and background they come from. Yeah.
Just like David. purpose or purposes, that's what we do. Cool.
The way they word their questions, some of it is kind of confusing. Because the one that said about the should education be the same, I was kind of confused.
Same for everyone? Okay. Purpose. Statements. Purpose school in general is to get education. And for students to be able to learn ideas, get be able to get ideas from school. Say to get ideas from what they have learned. Okay? Students are attending school to learn knowledge, to get. For some reason it's really get. Students are attending school to get knowledge and skills from their teachers and classmates. Everyone in the classroom is always learning from each other, no matter what age and background they come from. What age and background they are from. Okay. What is the role of the teacher within an individual classroom in the larger American society? Go ahead and read.
The role of the teacher within an individual classroom is that they are the ones who are teaching the younger generation of students. Teachers are practically doing everything in the classroom since they are looking after students, making sure that everyone in the classroom feels comfortable and safe, and the classroom is a safe place for students to learn, making sure the classroom itself is clean, at all times is clean and sanitized.
Is to teach the newest of that. It's the newest generation of students, right? Teachers are practically doing everything. Say. Let's put a period.
Oh, okay.
Classroom. They must be safe place to learn. Times let's say clean and welcoming instead of
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, you got too much growth.
Repeat.
This is I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yes. That. Yeah, all time. Slow student, go ahead.
The role of the students in a classroom is to learn from the teacher and their classmates. My role as a student in the classroom is also the same as what I said, where I'm always learning from my classmates no matter what. Students are always learning new things every day when they go to school, hanging out with family and friends and people they meet at school and outside of school.
Students. To learn from. All the students. All the students. All the students learn from the teacher and the classroom. My role to start that. Start as a student. I'm the board this way. As a student, we're going to go all the way to all this. They're not saying much.
Mm-hmm.
As a student, okay, as a student, I'm always learning from my classmates when they are.
Mm-hmm.
Students are always learning new things every day when they go to school. Hanging out with family. And okay, they go to school, that's one thing, and then later on, they hang out with family and friends. Is that what you mean, like two different places?
Mm. But like so-called maybe they have friends at school, that kind. That's what the school one is. And then the other one is so-called with just like maybe they have other friends
Like out of school?
outside from school.
So you've been in school and out of school, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they go to school. And family and friends.
That's what the other part is.
Yeah, I think that was, every day. Both when they go to school and when they hang out with family and friends outside of school. Okay?
Mhm.
What type of classroom environment is most conducive to learning?
The type of classroom environment where it's most conducive to learning is where the teacher makes their students feel comfortable, safe, and welcome. The teacher in the classroom is willing to help students and will be communicating with both students and parents throughout the school year about the problems students and parents have.
Did they really talk about problems parents have?
Not really the parents, but like if something their kid like so-called if there was an incident with their child with another child, like if it was like a accident where they scratch or bite another student,
Yeah.
that kind of accident.
But it's not really the parents, right?
No, not really the parents. It's the more like their kid problem inside the classroom.
That is that is most conducive to learning is one classroom environment that is most conducive to learning is one where the teacher makes their students feel comfortable, safe, welcome. Teacher, I don't think professor, because where else is the teacher? Teacher is willing to help students and will be communicating with both students and parents throughout the school year about the problems facing students. Is that good enough, or do we need to add something?
Would it be the other way, but about student problems, students?
Help students communicate with both students and parents throughout the school year about the problems facing students. What is not there?
I think that might be okay.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's good education is the same for everyone.
I said yes. My answer is yes and no, since everyone can be learning things differently from the way teachers teaches the class. And then I said I'm not actually sure if I understand this question because the way they had it
Yeah.
kind of
Should education be the same for everyone?
kind of hard. I don't really understand it because it does not really. I know it's not about education, but what about it is should be the same for everyone? What do you mean? I don't understand. Is it like the way they're being taught or like their schooling?
Okay. So yes, of course, everyone should have an education.
Yeah.
Um,
Is it like you asking about how they're getting it or
they
like
get a different kind of education depending on who they are. Like the special needs kids get a different education than mainstream kids.
I'm not sure is that what they're trying to say here?
Me neither.
Because it don't really say they didn't have an extra one say like well,
To make it clear. So let's just guess.
it might be something like what you said about the ones with special need if they need
Okay, yeah,
the
maybe
different kind of
that's what
education.
we'll do it. Okay.
That might be the
Let's
question for
do
this
a course.
one.
Course. Every should student observes a good. Okay. So far, so good.
Mhm.
However, whether every student will get exactly the same education, however, what is however, the answer answer to whether every student that it is unlikely. However, the answer to whether, of course, every student deserves a good education. However, the answer to whether every student will get exactly the same education is that okay. Wait, getting there. However, every student is not likely to get exactly. However, every student is not likely to get should education be, of course, every student. However, every student is not likely to get exactly the same education, period. Okay, so far. We're going to get rid of some of yours. Students learn differently. Things. Students learn differently from each other. And so the way the teacher teaches the class should depend on what each student needs. How's that?
Yeah,
Is that okay?
I think so.
We don't want to say I'm not actually sure if I understand the question. Okay, pretend to understand. Okay. Of course, every student deserves a good education. However, every student is not likely to get exactly the same education. Students learn differently from each other, and so the way the teacher teaches the class should depend. And so the way the student teaches, each student teaches each student. That's wrong. Each student in the class depends, or should depend, should depends on what? On the individual needs of each student. I want you to notice that I correcting myself, because that's what happens when you write. Always do better. Okay. And again, students learn differently from each other, and so the way the teacher teaches each student in the class, student, yeah, but so the way the teacher teaches each student depends on the individual needs of the student. Of course, every student deserves a good education. However, every student is not likely to get exactly the same education. Students learn differently from each other, and so the way the teacher teaches each student depends on the individual needs of the student. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, that should be okay. She's coming. Here. Hello.
Hey, I'm heading down to start setting up.
Okay.
Our party starts at 3.
Yes, I'll be there as soon as I can.
Are you joining us?
Yeah, I'll be there.
All
You
righty.
won't miss too much, don't worry.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Sure. We'll be there soon. All right, is that good enough for that?
Yeah.
Better than what you had,
Yeah.
right? Okay. All right, keep going. Let me read the question. What types of instructional methods or strategies are best for student learning and academic achievement? Okay.
Types of instructional methods or strategies are best for student learning and academic achievement. Instructions that include movement and creative thinking all the time.
Okay.
Students are always learning inside and outside of the classroom with their friends, family, and strangers on the street talking about their own life experience.
Instructional methods or strategies that are best for student learning and academic achievement. Types of instructional methods or strategies that are best for student learning and academic
I think that word here might be a typo for that word.
Huh?
The word instructions might be.
Okay. Types of instructional methods or strategies that are best for student learning and academic achievement include movement and creative thinking. Include, do we say constant? Did you say all the time?
Yeah.
Okay, is that good?
Mhm.
Okay. I should say almost constant. Constant movement and creative thinking. Students are always learning inside and outside of the classroom. Over there. And talking and interacting with their friends, family, and even strangers on the street. Oops, talking and interacting. Talking about their own life experiences and interacting with friends, their friends, family, and even strangers on the street. Okay. Types of instructional methods or strategies that are best for student learning and achievement include almost constant movement and creative thinking. Creative thinking. Students are always learning inside and outside of the classroom, talking about their own life experiences and interacting with friends, family, and even strangers. Okay, yeah, I think that's okay. Okay?
Yeah.
How do you know when students have learned assessment methods and strategies? Go ahead.
I know that students are learning in the classroom when they are engaged with the topic being taught. I noticed this during my TESOL clinical this past semester when my cooperating teacher was doing a read aloud with a book about Earth Day. Students in the classroom were engaged with the book. Students were asked to give suggestions to help the planet since the world is filled with so much trash.
Okay, so I know that students are learning. Students but they're in the classroom learning. I know that students in the classroom are learning when they are engaged with the topic. When they engage with the topic being taught. I noticed this during my TESOL clinical this past semester when my cooperating teacher was doing a read aloud with a book about Earth Day. Students in the classroom were engaged with the book and
I might like then she was doing a read aloud and then the teacher was asking the students questions and the students were like they responded back and stuff.
Okay, students in the classroom were engaged with the book and were really give suggestions to help the planet since the world is filled with so much trash. And were to get suggestions how to help the planet since the world. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, how much do we want? You want to just briefly look at this?
Yeah, you can.
Why don't you read the first paragraph?
As a student and a U.S. citizen who has been going to school since I was very young,
Okay, look, that's a fragment.
Oh.
Gotta have a comma. Okay. It's the same thing as since I like pizza. Since I like pizza, I order it all the time, you know?
Okay. I have been learning a lot of ideas and concepts in school since the age of 3. I have some experience working with children because I have 3 little brothers of different ages, and I have been looking after them since they were little. The ideas of looking after kids like my 3 little brothers really influenced me into this path of wanting to teach kids. Throughout my life as a student, I learned several things about my classmates and people around me. I learned that many come from different cultures, speak a language I have never heard of, have a very different life experience, and the amount of schooling they have is also very different.
You know. What ideas, concepts, let's just say, since I was 3, here, I was 3, okay?
Mhm.
As a student and U.S. citizen who's been going to school since I was 3, I have learned a lot of ideas and concepts. I'm going to get rid of the rest of it. Barry said anything else, okay?
Mhm.
I have some experience working. Say in addition, I have some experience working with children because I have 3 little brothers of different ages. Who I have been looking after almost since they were born. Just to say something a little different, okay? In addition, I have some experience working with children because I have 3 little brothers at different ages who I've been looking after almost since they were born, okay?
Mhm.
The idea of looking after kids, like, I'm going to get rid of the 3 because you already said you had 3. The idea of looking after kids like my little brothers is what influenced the idea, not the idea, it was the looking. Oh. Looking after kids like my little brothers is what influenced me to want to teach like children, small children. Does that work? Small children.
Mhm.
Just looking for some different words. Okay. Looking after kids like my little brothers is what influenced me to want to teach small children. Throughout my life as a student, I learned several things about throughout my years as a student. I have learned several things about my classmates and people around me. For example, I have learned that many students, people, what do you think?
It's
Classmates? Who are you talking about?
yeah, more like my classmates.
Okay. I've learned that many classmates. Well, for example, I have learned that many of my classmates come from different cultures, speak languages I've never heard before. For example, I've learned that many of my classmates come from different cultures, speak languages I have never, I don't know if I can do this, have never heard before, have very different life experiences, and very different amounts of education. Does that work?
Mm-hmm.
Works. For example, I've learned that many of my classmates come from different cultures, speak languages I have never heard before, have very different life experiences, and have had very different amounts, very different years of education. In For example, I have learned that many of my classmates of very different cultures speak languages I had never heard before, very different life experiences, and have had very different amounts of time spent in school. Spent very different amounts of time. And have spent very different life experiences and have spent very different amounts of time in school. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, keep reading the next paragraph.
Actually, for this one, I'm not sure. Should I include this up? Okay. When I went to Walt Disney Magnet School in the past, I really liked the diversity of the school. The mission statement of Walt Disney is very similar to how I feel about teaching kids in daycare, preschool, and kindergarten. Since both schools are very diverse, their ideas of wanting to make the children become the ones who can change the future. Oh, I think when I said both, it was like about my high school too.
So wait, did you actually attend?
Yeah.
Walt Disney Magnet
Yes.
School? Okay, when I attended. And how many years did you attend it?
So I did 2 years of preschool to 8th grade.
Oh, so the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. Attended Walt Disney. Right. I attended Walt Disney Magnet School, I really liked this person. Try not to. So how many years were you there?
From maybe 2003 to 2013. Like 2 years of preschool.
Yeah, right.
Because like back then I was doing like 2 to 3.
Or over, not 20 years. You started when you were like 3,
3 or 2.
and you stopped when you were 13?
I think I was, yeah.
Something like that, yes. So we're gonna say for over 10 years. Okay?
Mhm.
So, let me tell you, Walt Disney Magnet School for over 10 years. Yeah. Really like this person. Mission statement. Very similar to how I feel about teaching kids daycare, preschool, and kindergarten. Yeah, what's the both?
It was my high school.
Okay. Yeah, it's both. What's your high school?
Sun High School, Nicholas.
Okay.
The Nicholas Sun High School.
It's both. Walt Disney and ours. Then. Since both Walt Disney and my high school sen are very diverse, I have something ideas. I have grown to appreciate their ideas of wanting to make children become or to appreciate their ideas of wanting to make children once to understand. Oh, yep. Understand and accept. Both are very diverse. I've grown to understand and accept their ideas of wanting to make children of making accept the idea of making children the one. Teacher, what do you think of that?
Yeah.
What else says? Not to understand and accept their idea. Making children become healthy. Children be one. Healthy? Now, what do you think about healthy instead of making?
Yeah.
Children become the ones who correct?
Yeah.
Where's the drawing? Sorry, can we come back to this? When do you need it by?
I won't be turning it in officially until I'll we can look at it next month again.
Can we look at January? It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be in, probably the date it needs to be.
Because I'm not done with all the classes for my block two.
Oh, so it's not, you're not turning in for a while.
Yeah.
Why don't we put it on the first, I start back right after Martin Luther King,
Mhm.
like that Wednesday, so you can make an appointment for that Wednesday. You can
Yeah.
Work on this right away before you get into schoolwork.
Yeah, because I think that would be the first day of class for me,
Yeah.
your Wednesday,
Wednesday, yeah.
because that what class is a Wednesday class at night.
There won't be anything going on this day, we can do it online.
Yeah.
Are you done with the essay?
I'm done typing. It's a revision, and then like
You don't have to add words to it?
I think I got everything. I just maybe for these questions, I have to move it into the paragraph.
All right, so, okay. What? No, we're finishing.
Okay.
Are you going?
Done. I'm going now.
Okay, I'll be done. Okay. All right, we should go. Okay,
So then we'll, plan on working on it that Wednesday, I'm sure you won't have much work to do at that point, and I won't.
Yeah,
have much.
no homework at that point.
So we should be able to finish with that, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, sure. Post it to you. Okay, so let me make a note here and then I will meet you down, okay?
you're my only student today. Then you came in.
I was done with classes last month.
You were, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, people are finishing up different.
I didn't even have some finals. We had papers.
Wow, okay.
And then the Wednesday professor is not done grading her papers for my class.
All right, so getting there, but she's not ready yet, okay?
Yeah. She still called her class, was closed on Monday, but she reopened it for next Monday to close.
Okay, I'm not quite there. All right, you're almost done. You did the work anyway.
Yeah, just waiting for the grades.
That's really good. All right, I'll see you in the, be done. Goodness, man.
Yes, thank you.